Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Abdulatif Ismaila. In my today's video, I'm going to be solving the 2024 UTME Chemistry past question. If this is your first time of visiting my channel, do well to like and subscribe to this channel so that you can get more of this type of video. And after this video, I'm going to be solving 2023 UTME Chemistry question and 2022. So it is very important for you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be among the first to view my next post, because it's very important. Thank you very much. As you all know that chemistry JAMB questions is always 40, so I'm going to be providing solution to the 2024 UTME chemistry question. Make sure you get yourself a book so that you can jot down the answers, and I'm going to be providing a link to where you can download this question for yourself practice. Thank you very much. Number one question here is, which of the following produces effervescence with sodium hydrogen carbonate? Which of the following produces effervescence with sodium hydrogen carbonate? A. Ethanoic acid. B. Ethane. C. Bromine water. D. Propane. The answer to this question is A, which is ethanoic acid. Just like any other acid, ethanoic acid reacts with carbonate or hydrogen carbonate to give effervescence. That's the answer. Number two question. What are the separation techniques involved in obtaining pure alum from powdered mixture of alum and sand? This is a separation techniques. A. Magnetic separation and centrifugation. B. Dissolution, filtration and crystallization, meaning dissolution followed by filtration and lastly crystallization. C. Distillation and chromatography. D. We have the sedimentation and osmosis. Number two question, the answer is B, because alum is soluble in water while sand is not. So dissolving the mixture in water followed by filtration and crystallization can separate alum from sand. Number three question, what are the constituents of permalloy? What are the constituents of what? Permalloy. A. Copper, zinc and tin. B. Nickel and iron. C. Copper, silver and manganese. D. Copper, zinc and manganese. The answer to this number three question, which is permalloy, is a nickel iron magnetic alloy which composed of what? Approximately 80% nickel and 20% iron. Let me tell you again. Permalloy is a nickel iron magnetic alloy composed of approximately 80% nickel and 20% iron. It is known for its high magnetic permeability. The answer is B. Number four. What is the color obtained when starch iodide paper is introduced into a jar containing chlorine? A. Red. B. Blue. C. Purple. D. black blue? The answer is D, which is what? Black blue. Reason because starch iodide paper turn blue black when exposed to chlorine gas. This is a common test for testing for what? For testing the presence of what? Chlorine gas. Number 5 question. The only factor that affects the internal energy of an ideal gas is A, pressure, B, temperature, C, volume, D, numbers of mole. The answer is B. The internal energy of an ideal gas is a function of its temperature only. This is a fundamental principle of thermodynamics. Let's move to question number 6. The element X that can combine with oxygen to form an oxide of the form XO2 is A, sulfur, B, fluorine, C, chlorine, and D, phosphorus. The answer is sulfur, which is A. Sulfur combined with oxygen to form sulfur 4 oxide, which is SO2, which is an acid anhydride. Let's move to question number 7. Rust on the surface of a metal sheet contains A, iron oxide, B, hydrated iron 3 oxide, that is hydrated Fe2O3, C, hydrated Fe3O4, D, hydrated FeCO3. The answer is B, which is hydrated Fe2O3. Reason because when iron reacts with oxygen and water, rust is formed. Rust is hydrated iron 3 oxide. Hydrated iron 3 oxide. Question number 8. In a food processing industry, the separation techniques used for analytical purpose is A, crystallization, B, distillation, C, chromatography, and D is centrifugation. That's number 8 question. The answer is C, which is chromatography. Reason because techniques like high performance liquid chromatography, which is the HPLC, and the gas chromatography, which is CG, are commonly used to analyze food composition, detect contaminant, and determine the nutritional content. That is the nutrition what value, the nutritional content. Number 9. That's question number 9. An example of a solid gas is dash is A. An example of solid gas is A, smoke, B, foam, C, fog, D, mist. The answer to this question is A, which is what? Smoke. Number 10. Which of the following will dissolve in water to give a solution with a pH that is greater than 7? A, sodium chloride, B, sodium carbonate, C, Na2SO4, D, NaHSO4. The answer to question number 10 is B, because sodium chloride and sodium tetraoxosulfate dissolve in water to produce a neutral solution of pH 7. Neutral solution of pH 7. While sodium hydrogen tetraoxosulfate dissolve in water to produce an acidic solution of pH that is less than 7. And sodium trioxocarbonate dissolve in water to produce an alkaline solution which is pH greater than 7. Number 11. Which of the following metal reacts with water at the fastest rate? A. Calcium. B. Magnesium. C. Sodium. D. Iron. The answer is sodium. The reaction of sodium with water is really what? Violent. It reacts with water in a highly exothermic reaction, releasing hydrogen gas and producing sodium hydroxide solution. Number 12. The Brown ring test. The Brown ring test is used to detect the presence of A. Nitrate ion, B. Sulfate ion, C. Chloride ion, D. Phosphate ion. The answer is A. The Brown ring test is a chemical test used to detect the presence of nitrate ion in a solution. Number 13. The solubility of a solid in a liquid is increased by A. Decreasing the temperature, B. Increasing the pressure, C. Increasing the surface area of the solid, D. Decreasing the volume of the solvent. The answer is C. Increasing the surface area of a solid allows more particles to come into contact with the solvent, making it easier to dissolve. Number 14. The addition of charcoal to a filter bed in a town water supply is for the purpose of A. Removing the heavy metal, B. Removing bacteria and virus, C. Removing chloride and organic compound, D. Softening the water. The answer is C, which is removing chloride and organic compound. Number 15. The reaction between ethanol and phosphorus 4-chloride produces A. Phosphorus 3-chloride, B. Phosphorus 4-chloride, C. Phosphorus oxychloride, and D. Phosphorus 3-oxide. The answer to this question, number 15, is C, which is phosphorus oxychloride. Number 16. The dominant intermolecular force in ethanol are A. London dispersion forces, B. Dipole force, C. Hydrogen bonding, D. Ion dipole force. The answer to question number 16 is C, which is hydrogen bonding. Number 17. The method suitable for separating suspended particles in a liquid is A. Distillation, B. Filtration, C. Magnetization, and D. Crystallization. The answer to this question is B, which is filtration. Number 18. The purity of common salt, that is sodium chloride, can be determined by A. Measuring its boiling point, B. Measuring its density, C. Measuring its melting point, and D. Measuring its solubility. The answer is C. The purity of a solid can be determined by measuring its melting point. This is measuring its melting point. To any solid that is given you are asked to check for its purity. So by measuring melting point will help you to determine how the purity of what of the solid. Number 19, the IUPAC name for the compound HOCH2CH2CH2OH is A, pentan 1,2-diol, B, propan 1,2,3,1,3-diol, C, propan 1,2-diol, and D, 1,2-dihydroxypropane. 1,2-dihydroxypropane. The answer is B, which is propan 1,3-diol. Propan 1,3-diol. If you can see, you see this is the first carbon atom, this is the second carbon atom, this is the third carbon atom, and you see this OH is attached to the what? To the first carbon atom and the what? And the last carbon atom. That is, if you start counting from here, if you make this carbon 1, this one carbon 2, and this one carbon 3, that's propan 1,3-diol. Number 20, the purest form of natural water is A, spring water, B, river water, C, lake water, and D is rainwater. Number 20, the purest form of water is what? Is rainwater. Number 21, what is the main differences between empirical and molecular formula? A, empirical formula shows isotope, while molecular formula does not. B, empirical formula shows the simplest whole number ratio of atom, while molecular formula shows the actual number of the atom in a molecule. C, empirical formula are used for ionic compound, while molecular formula are used for covalent compound. D, empirical formula are used for gases, while molecular formula are used for solid. The answer to this question is C. The answer to this question is what? Is B. Rather, empirical formula shows the simplest whole number ratio of atom, while molecular formula shows the actual number of what? Of atom in a molecule. For instance, the molecular formula of benzene is C6H6, while the empirical formula is what? Is CH. Hope you understand now. Number 22, which of the following bond types involve in transfer of what? Of electron? A, hydrogen bonding, B, ionic bonding, C, covalent bonding, D, dipole-dipole interaction. The answer is B, which is what? Ionic bonding. It's either ionic or electrovalent bonding, because it's only ionic or electrovalent bonding that involves a transfer of electron between atoms, resulting in the formation of ion with what? Opposite charges. Number 23. Which of the following what is the significance of what? Equilibrium constant, which is Kc, in a chemical what? Reaction? A, it determines the types of what? Catalyst used. B, it determines the bond type in a reacting species. C, it determines the concentration of the what? Of the reactant. D, none of the above. The answer is C. Question number 23. Answer is C, which is it determines the concentration of the what? Of the reactant and what? And the product. So equilibrium constant is used to what? Determine the concentration of the what? Of the reactant and what? And the product. Number 24. What is the term for the minimum amount of energy required for a chemical reaction to what? To occur? The minimum what? Energy that is required for a chemical reaction to what? To occur. We call it activation energy. That's number option A. Activation what? Energy. Now 25. What is the term for the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of a unit mass of a substance by 1 degree? Let me read the question again. What is the term for the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a unit mass of a substance by 1 degree Celsius? A. Specific heat capacity. B. Molar heat capacity. C. Latent heat. D. Heat of fusion. The answer is specific heat capacity. The specific heat capacity of substances is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of a unit mass of a substance by 1 degree. Let's go to question number 26. The most suitable method for separating a mixture of ethanol and water is A. Filtration, B. Distillation, C. Sublimation, and D. Chromatography. The answer to this question is B, which is what? Distillation. Ethanol and water can be separated by distillation because they have different boiling point. Ethanol boils at 78 degree, while water boils at 100 degree. So the most suitable method of separating mixtures that has different boiling point is distillation. Number 27. The molecular formula of a compound with an empirical formula CH2O and a molar mass of 180 gram per mole is A. C3H6O3, B. C6H12O6, D. CH4O2, D. C4H8O2. You see, this is the empirical formula, meaning if they are, once you have the ratio and they are going to multiply, it's going to multiply this, like this empirical formula. And with the empirical formula CH2O, the empirical formula mass is 30 gram per mole. To get the molecular formula, we multiply the ratio of the molar mass to the empirical formula mass by empirical formula. That is 180 gram per mole divided by 30 gram per mole to give you 6. Thus, the molecular formula is C6H12O6, meaning you are going to use 6 to multiply through the empirical formula. You know this carbon is what? At 12 plus what? 12 plus 2, 14 plus 16, which is what? 30. So 180 divided by 30 is going to give you 6. That is how you will arrive at the 6. Number 28. The hybridization of carbon in ethane is in ethene, which is what? Alkene group, double bond. The hybridization of what? Of carbon in ethene. A is A, sp, B, sp2, C, sp3, and D, sp3d. sp3 what? D. So the answer to this question is B, which is what? sp2. Number 29. Which of the following element has the highest electronegativity? So without even telling you, you are supposed to know that is fluorine is the most electronegative element of all known elements. That's why you find it like it's very hard for you to see it reacting with the way other elements react, like chlorine, bromine. It's very hard. Let's go to number 30. Which of the following is exothermic? Is what? Exothermic. Which of the following is exothermic? A. Melting of ice. B. Dissolution of ammonium chloride in water. D. Combustion of methane. And D. Evaporation of water. The answer is C. All combustion process is what? Is exothermic, meaning combustion of what? Of Methane is the answer. Number 31. Determine the pOH of a solution of H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, whose concentration is 0.001 molar. So you need to write the dissolution what equation, which is H2SO4 to give two molecule of what, of proton, which is H plus, and what, SO4 2 minus. Then hydrogen concentration is going to be 2 times what, the molar, 2 times what, the concentration that is given to you, which is 0.01. If you multiply it by 2, it's going to give you 0.002 molar. And you know pH is what, is negative log of what, of hydrogen concentration. Negative log of what, hydrogen concentration. So if you take the negative log of 0.002, it's going to give you 2.69897. And you know pH plus pOH is going to be equal to 14. Therefore, since pH is equal to 2.69, we are going to have pOH to be equal to 14 minus 2.69 to give you 11.3. So the answer to this question is A. Do you understand? So as I'm reading it out, make sure you get yourself a book and be writing it. Number 32. Which of the following halogen is less reactive? So you know the reactivity for is what, is decreasing down the what, the group. Reactivity is what, is decreasing. The reactivity of halogen is decreasing down the group due to decrease in what, in force, in attract, due to decrease. So the answer is between, if you are going down the group, you are going to see that fluorine is at up, followed by what, chlorine, followed by what, bromine, and lastly what, iodine. So the one that is less reactive is this what, iodine. Number 33. In electrolysis of dilute H2SO4, the gas produced at the anode is A. Hydrogen, B. Sulfur 4 oxide, C. Oxygen, and D. Hydrogen sulfide. The answer is C, which is what, oxygen. Number 34. Which of the following gases can be what, collected over water? A. HCl, B. NH3, C. CO2, D. Cl. So the answer is C, which is CO2, carbon dioxide. Number 35. The main ore of aluminium is A. Galena, B. Bauxite, C. Hematite, D. Magnetite. Number 35. The answer is bauxite, which is Al2O3. Al2O3. Number 36. Which of the following reaction is redox reaction? We have A. Sodium hydroxide plus HCl to give sodium chloride and water. B. 2 molecules of magnesium plus oxygen plus to give you 2 molecules of 2 MgO. That is magnesium oxide. C. Silver nitrate plus sodium chloride to give silver chloride and sodium trioxynitrate. D. Calcium trioxynitrate dissociate to give calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. The answer to this question is B, which is this. 2 molecules of what, magnesium plus oxygen to give what, 2 MgO. That is magnesium what, 2 molecules of magnesium what, oxide. Number 37. Number 37. The number of unpaired electrons in a ground state nitrogen is, you know, nitrogen has atomic number what? Atomic number of 7. So if you are going to write it, you are going to obey the Aufbau principle, the Hund rule. So we are going to write 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So the number of unpaired electrons there is 3. The number of unpaired electrons is 3, because in the p orbital, the electron is going to occupy the orbital singly before pairing, and this 3 is it has only 3 electrons, so it's going to just fill singly. Number 38. The bond angle in methane A is 90 degrees, B 109.5 degrees, and C is 120 degrees, and D is 180 degrees. You know, methane is what? Tetrahedral in shape, and it's supposed to be having a bond angle of 109.5, meaning B is the answer. Number 39. Which of the following is not a property of transition metal? A. Formation of colored compound. Formation of what? Colored compound. B. High melting point. C. Low density. D. Variable oxidation state. So transition metals are known for their what? Variable oxidation state, formation of colored compound, and B, which is what? High melting point, meaning C is not the answer. You can use the elimination method in this in solving JAMB questions. The last question, but not the least, the correct order of increasing boiling point for the following compound is A. You see, methane is less than ethane, where ethane is less than propane, followed by butane. That is A. B, we have butane less than propane, which is less than ethane, which is less than methane. C, we have C2H6, which is what? Ethane, which is less than methane and is less than what? Butane, and this butane is less than propane. D, we have propane less than butane, butane less than ethane, ethane less than what? Methane less than what? Ethane. The answer to this question is A, which is CH3 less than C2H6 less than C3H8 less than C4H10. So we have gotten to the end of this 2024 UTME chemistry question. Do well to like and subscribe, and if there is any question you don't understand and you want me to explain more about it, kindly drop it in the comment section. Thank you very much. See you next time.